digital surface, that will also work. It's just a little doodling. So I will just give it another minute. What are we at? 12:03. Yeah, let's give it a couple more minutes till 12:05, and we'll just see. Although I guess we have 4 of the 5 who've registered, so maybe we won't. Maybe it doesn't make sense to wait. I will set up my screen here. It says my screen sharing is paused. Let's try that again. There we are. Okay. So I don't know if any of you have heard of the Learnary. Yeah? Am I Asia?
Asia.
Asia.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Asia.
Nice to meet you too.
And so it sounds like you have heard of the Learnary?
I have looked at the calendar of events. I've never been in, and then I have friends who have been connected to the Learnary as well.
Nice, great. Hi, Sheena. You're having some technical things. That's no worries.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to see this, and I click and click. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's
finally,
okay.
I can't even see my face. So I don't know how to do that. How do I
Maybe-
see that? I guess not. Maybe
Maybe
view or
Kasar can help.
maybe I shouldn't see my face, but can you see me?
I can see you. But
Oh, hi. I love your glasses. Yes, nice hat.
Oh, thank you. I'm a little chilly, so
Yeah.
I'm wearing a hat today. But you can see our screen, so that's okay.
Oh, yeah. I just can't see my face. But anyway, okay. At
Well,
least,
we can see you.
Sure. Yeah,
All
sure.
good.
What's important? Sure, you're doing this. So thank you.
No problem.
Doing this.
I apologize if there's a little. Hopefully, this sound won't be going too long. I've got a little bit of reno going on in my space, so it was very quiet up until just like 2 minutes ago. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll go do a little presentation. So the Learnary, our mission, so we are a nonprofit. We're what's called a nonprofit social enterprise. So we have a shop, but all the proceeds of the shop go back into the organization. And the organization is dedicated to lifelong intergenerational learning and curiosity. So what that means is programming and activities for all ages to learn and to learn together and get to know each other. So that's our big mandate. I'll just go back for a second. So in our shop, we sell things like books and games, art supplies, textiles. Well, not textiles themselves, but textile supplies, things for making, basically. And then we also do activities, as I'll explain a little bit later. These are very small little bios. I don't expect you to really read through them, but just to give faces to names. So I'm Surya. My co-founder is Sam Mills, and she's around some of the time, but unfortunately is managing long COVID at the moment, so is not as involved. And then Sarah McKinnon is our main staff person, although we have quite a few other staff folks who are in as well. More recently we've hired, so that's really nice. We've got a bunch of really awesome women who all work in the shop. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about the accessibility of our space. It is obviously very important to us, but unfortunately we are in an old building, so there's a lot of limitations. So we have all of this information about accessibility on our website, all the measurements. I won't go through them right now, but our experience has been that folks in a small scooter and walkers can get through the space, but bigger wheelchairs just doesn't work very well, unfortunately. We do have shopping online, and we do have and we can, so you can shop online and come to pick up, and we can bring it to the door, and we can also we do online courses and our workshops, so that's another way of accessing our stuff. We do have a workshop space upstairs that is only accessible by stairs, so we just like to let people know that those are the limitations of our space. at some point in the glowy future, we might have a different kind of space. You get what you can in Vancouver. So our workshops and our events, these are this exciting part of what we do. And really they're guided by folks in the community who come to us and say, oh, I'd love to share this thing that I enjoy doing. So I'll go through some of the things that we do offer, and you'll be able to see kind of how that works. But you can consider this an invitation if you have anything, a skill or a passion for something that you really love. It's wonderful to have you come and say, I'd love to offer something like this, and then we work with you to create an offering around that. Often they're done on a volunteer basis by the instructors, but not always. So sometimes we get funding for that, or sometimes we're able to pay an honorarium, just so that you know if that's ever of interest to you. So yeah, at the center of our store is the curiosity table, and it is a literal table that sits in our back room, and we always have some activity on it. So there's usually a game to play and an activity for January we're doing mending is our theme this month. So there's a bunch of mending supplies, some felt, some fabric, needles, thread, that sort of thing, and we all have some expertise in mending. So if you bring your mending in or want to stitch something, there's supplies there for doing that. So we just invite people to come and mend together. In February, we'll be switching up, so pretty soon we'll be switching up the table to letter writing, and that's become an annual thing. You're invited to come and write letters, political letters for change, personal letters to friends, and then we also have a little service where if you would like to write a letter to yourself in the future, you can do that. I think it's $5 for the supplies and the postage, and then we keep that letter for you and we mail it to you next year. So you get a little letter from yourself, which can be very fun and surprises me every year when I do it. I'm like, oh, right, I have a letter for myself. It was very fun. And so each month is different. So I think I've really said this. So how we let people know about our events is on our website and social media. So we always showcase what's happening in the space that way. And we also have a really fun newsletter that goes out definitely once a month, sometimes twice a month, with information about what's happening in the shop, but also fun curiosities and stories that we like to share. So it's not a very selling focused kind of thing. It's more community building and interest building. Any questions so far? I've been racing along. Anyone have any questions?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kinga. Sorry, I'm just on the bus, and
no
I
worries.
can't. I'm going to an appointment, so I can't really use up all my data with.
For sure. Thank you for joining
so
us.
I'm just. So this sounds like super interesting. Where is the store actually, like physically located?
Great question. It is in East Vancouver, so it's on East Hastings. The address is 2643, but it's between Slocan and Penticton. So if you're familiar with the Hastings Library, it's right across the street from there. Or Iron Dog Books, we're on the same block as Iron Dog Books, which is always a nice marker. Near, sort of over towards the Peony.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no worries. Any other questions? Any thoughts? No, I don't think there's. I think I'm seeing everyone. It's always a little tricky on. Yeah, I think I got everyone. Okay, so I just thought I would go through a couple of the things that we do. We have a regular puzzle exchange. So if you enjoy doing puzzles and have stacks of puzzles at home, which is not uncommon for puzzlers, if you have all the pieces in the box, you're welcome to bring a puzzle in and take a puzzle. It's completely free. It's really just what do you call it? We don't track it. I don't know what the word is. I'm losing my words. But basically, if you want to come in and pick one out, you can bring one in later, and it's always a nice exchange. And there's often other people there doing the same. So lots of puzzlers tend to have conversations around the puzzle exchange. So that's a fun one. And then the stitchery happens every week on Sundays from 10 to 12. It happens in person and online, so that's a nicely accessible event for everyone. Lots of reasons people will join even from out of the city sometimes. So the idea is that if you do any kind of handwork, it could be knitting, it could be weaving, it could be mending, it could be embroidery, sewing, you're welcome to bring anything you like and just join in for a conversation with like-minded folks. It is all ages. We do get kids, we have seniors, we have folks in between, and the information is here if you can see it, but it's also online. With any of this, if you want more information from me, I'm happy to send that to you. So you can always email me afterwards. And our email is becurious@thelearnary.ca. I'll repeat that later, but becurious@thelearnary.ca. So those are two regular things that we have going on. So this letter to my future self, I mentioned that already. That's happening through February. So you can come in anytime. We have cards and postcards and paper for writing. And then around for the same month, we'll also be encouraging people to write letters of all sorts. So there's lots out there in the world that needs changing. You're welcome to come and write a letter to a politician. We have all of those contact information listed at the table. So that's going to be a nice event to come with friends or on your own. Another common or regular offering that we have is the jewelry repair workshop. So that usually happens, I'm not totally sure what the upcoming date is, but again, it'll be posted when it's upcoming. But that happens once every sort of semester, every season. And Stephanie, who's one of our staff members, is a jewelry maker. So she brings in supplies for fixing jewelry. You can bring your jewelry in and she'll teach you how to do that. And she can also be hired to fix stuff on her own as well, if that's of interest. But mostly it's about getting together and learning a new skill and doing some mending. You can see mending is a big theme for us. And then I thought I would just let you know about two upcoming workshops that are happening. This is a neat one because Joshua came to us with some funding, and he's a young guy who does a lot of work with invasive invasive plants, making them into art supplies. So these ones, one is going to be about ink making, and it's using European mountain ash to make your own ink. And the next one will be, or that's the second one. The next one coming up is the horse chestnut keychain. So it's using horse chestnut fibers to twine together a chain and make a little keychain out of it. So two really cool ways to think about plants and invasive species in our local environment. So these are the kinds of things. So he came to us and said, I'm offering these. I'd love to do it in your space. Would you like to do a partnership? So that's an example of how some of our workshops happen. Any questions about those workshops? Right.
I have a questions about
Yes.
when you sorry to interrupt you.
Not at all. Go ahead.
Yes, the puzzle that you've mentioned very earlier on.
Hmm.
I have like 1,000 or 500. I haven't done it yet. It's very difficult for me. So the
Yeah.
bottom line is, do you have big size puzzle? I know, and it's you know, it's a new life that I have now, you know, after
Yes. Yeah. So larger pieces, do you mean?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you
So
have that or
well, yeah, so it's a great question. It is something that we keep our eye out for. So we certainly have bigger piece puzzles that are intended for children, but we always keep our eyes out for images that would be of interest to adults too. And we bring those in when we can. So we do have something that's called a family puzzle. We bring those in and they go from small to big. So if you're doing it with a friend who is able to do the smaller pieces, that can be a nice one because it has some bigger pieces and then they kind of meet in the middle. And those are some fun designs. But we do, so we sell puzzles that are a whole range, and those are the ones I'm talking about. There's 500 piece puzzles, 300 piece puzzles, those kinds of things.
yes.
And Yeah,
they new? I mean, I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah.
how much are they? Is it,
Those ones are new, and they
right.
really range from, I would say, 20 to 30 is kind of the range for puzzles in general.
Right.
But then in terms of the puzzle exchange, we also get a real range there. So we get puzzles for little kids that are like 12-piece puzzles right up to 2,000-piece puzzles. And there's a real range of images. So there are lots of puzzles that come in at the 300 to 500-piece range. Many of those are images that are great for adults too. I mean, obviously we can do all the images, but sometimes, we're not wanting to do the Bob the Builder or whatever that is. But there's a huge range within the puzzle exchange. So I would encourage you to come and take a look. Or the puzzle exchange isn't online, but if you wanted to look at our puzzles online, our shop is all available online, even just to look at. And then if you want to come in to purchase, or you can buy online. And it's a niche that we would like to be that we would like to fill more, this idea of puzzles that are more accessible, that are really interesting to do. So we always have our eye out for those kinds of puzzles.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. I don't know how to do anything online. Like I don't shop online and puzzles online or draw online. So something like that's new. So
yeah.
I just wanted to hear.
After this presentation, I can take you to our website and just give you a little tour. And you don't even, if you're anxious about buying online, you certainly wouldn't need to purchase, but you could just take a look so you don't have to come to the store to start with. So we'll do that after the presentation.
Yes, I have to leave early. Actually, what time do you finish? Because I have another meeting to walk to. Would it be okay if you email it to Disability Foundations or Connectra so that I can
I can email
give
them
some information?
Absolutely.
And then the email, to Shinahan, my email address. Yeah. Thanks.
For sure.
Surya.
Okay. We've done that. So I'm getting close to the end of the presentation. So these are opportunities for volunteering. We love to have volunteers come in. You can host an event, as I've said. We do take donations. So anything related to what we already sell, books, games, art supplies, those can be donated, and then we sell them in the shop. So there's also possibilities of lower cost things for people to purchase, which we really like to do. We also are starting a consignment program along the same lines. You can help to create a window display. I didn't know that was on our volunteer list, but that's a nice one. We do, lending a curiosity item is really fun. So sometimes people have really interesting machines or tools or things that they don't want to give away, but that they would be interested in sharing. So for example, I have a bunch of typewriters and I bring those in and people can play with those or just see what a typewriter looks like. Lots of kids have never done that. So that's kind of a fun idea. You could always come in and help with cleaning or tidying. And we're starting to come up with ideas for people to be able to help in the store as well. And if you like what we're doing, sharing what we do with your friends and family is really, really helpful. Or broader community, we're always looking for word of mouth recommendations. So that's a really nice way. And then we are looking for board members as well. So I thought I would mention that. Our board meets once a month, and some people take on small tasks between meetings, but it's not a huge time commitment. And it's a really nice group of people and a great way to contribute to the community, especially if you're living in our neighborhood, but you don't have to be. And if you have a particular skill, we're always looking for folks with financial expertise, fundraising expertise, social media expertise. So those kinds of things are really welcomed, but also just your energy and enthusiasm is welcome. So that, if you're interested in that, you can email us at the board. It's board@thelearnary.ca. And, again, welcome to ask any questions about that. Okay, so there's our contact information. I didn't put our email, but as I say, it's becurious@thelearnary.ca. BE curious. All right. So I don't know what happened to. I'm just gonna. Yeah. Okay, so this is a little activity that I thought we could do together if people have a pen and paper. It's called Doodle Birds and More. That's what I call it. So the invitation is to create a doodle on your page. You can see that I did something here, and I am not very good at managing my mouse and drawing, but doesn't matter because it's a doodle. So you can go ahead and make yourself a doodle. And Kinga, you'll have to do this when you get home. I know you're probably still on the bus, so when you get home, you can practice this.
Okay, I'll do my homework, I promise.
Only if you want to. It's just kind of a fun, and it's a fun little icebreaker if you run groups or anything like that. It could be a fun one. Okay, and then the challenge, once you've done your little doodle, your little circle or squiggle or whatever, is to turn it into, the first thing is a bird. So you can see what I've done there. So all you do to make it into a bird is put some legs, a beak, and an eye on it. And sometimes I just like to, if I'm trying to warm up creatively, I'll do a whole page of squiggles and make them all into different kinds of birds. And it's so much fun to see their personalities just emerge from these little squiggles. So if anyone has one they'd love to share, we'd love to see it. I'm looking at Asia and Sheena because you're the ones that I can see.
Yes. I was going to write your phone number, but then you went so fast. So can
you okay.
604
215
215. Thanks.
1146.
1146. So 604 251 1146.
215.
215. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
No, that's okay. 604 215 1146. Right. Yeah. Thanks. And then I'll just ask for Surya.
Yeah.
Surya. Yeah. Thank
right.
you. Govender. Okay.
All right. Either of you
that's a nice doodle. Did you do that?
I did that online. And then the challenge is to make other animals. So I took the same squiggle and I made it into a goofy looking little dog.
Oh, yeah.
I took the same squiggle and made it into maybe a dinosaur, maybe a giraffe. I don't know.
Creative.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can take your squiggles and make them into anything you like. So I just wanted to give an example of, these are the kinds of, this is an example of a creative prompt that we might offer people. We might do this around the table and have paper and pens and just invite people to do a little doodle and see what happens. Asia, did you make any animals?
I don't think she can hear you.
Oh, I
Asia,
think
Asia, did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can hear, but I can't necessarily see right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I have notes, but then I also have my little bird.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, so cute. Yeah. Thanks for playing. Awesome. Yeah, so this has been a little activity I've done for a long time with different groups, and I enjoy the playfulness of it. So I share it with you, and you can take it and use it however you like. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for my presentation. And so if we have time, maybe what I will do then is take a look. I'll get our website up.
While you're doing that, can I ask a question about the stitchery, like the Sunday event that's not in person? So folks would bring their own project, stitching project. Is there, if it's in person, is there access to tools? Or
so they're off. Yes, we definitely do have things like we have scissors and needles and thread and that kind of thing that we make available. And then so Sarah McKinnon is the staff member who runs that, and she has tons of expertise in all kinds of things textile, and everybody has expertise. So it's also a great place to come if you're like, I need to mend this, I'm not really sure how. People will have lots of ideas. So we have basic supplies. But if you're weaving, we don't have looms, but you could always bring in a small loom or or if you're knitting. We don't tend to have knitting needles, although sometimes we have them around. Yeah, anything specialty like that you'd bring, but we have some of the basic tools. Yeah. Okay, so let me share our website here, and I'll just give you a, whoops, there we go. So I can just give you a quick rundown. So this is our front page. But so this is, you can find out all about us here. These are where events and activities are posted. So the Stitchery, as you see here, I'll just show you. This is where any announcements will happen about changes that need to happen. I can see we need to update that, but also there's a link here to the Zoom meeting if you want to join online. So that makes it really easy to do that. So that's from our events page. Information about the puzzle exchange, and then anything that we're doing where you have to register is all here. So these are some of the things that we have right now. These are the eco art making ones, and our D&D winter game is completely sold out, but that was for young people anyway. So so then, just to give you a sense of the shop, we have it broken down by category, which you can choose if you know what you're looking for, but then you can also choose by collections. So let me think. Let's go to cooking. So all of our cookbooks are listed here, for example. And then the process is very simple, just like any other online shop. You can click on it to get more information, and you can add it to your cart if you want to buy it. And then it gives you can give us some information and then go check out. Now we don't do, well, we do shipping, but it's not very economical to ship within Vancouver, but we can do shipping anywhere in Canada. At the moment, I think we've limited ourselves just to Canada. Stop the share now. But it certainly is possible to ship it within Vancouver if that's needed. It's just, if that's something you need, how expensive Canada Post is. So we always encourage people to come pick up at the shop if you're able. Yeah. Any other
questions? Sorry. Yeah, hi. In addition to the Sunday Stitchery, do you have sewing machines?
Great question. We do have sewing machines. We don't typically bring them out for the Stitchery, but we could do if there was a project that you were working on and needed some help on. We do have some sewing machines. Yeah. Before COVID, we actually did do some events where we had a bunch of sewing machines out and we invited people to come and learn to use them. That would be something we'd love to do again. It would probably require someone who loves to do that, who wants to facilitate that. So it's kind of an open invitation. But when we probably have 3 or 4 sewing machines that we have available. Oh, so if it's something that you're interested in helping people with, that would be awesome.
I wish. I used to be a sewer. I've forgotten, a lot of that. Yeah. See, so that's a challenge. A lot of things are challenging now. I've just I've just asked about some machines. And thank you.
Absolutely.
May I ask a question?
Yes, Inga.
So when you said that, so for example, the ink making, like, just like ballpark, like how large are these or small are these groups?
Good question. So they're quite small. I would say maximum of 12 for any group that we've ever done. Really, we've had author readings that are a bit larger, but generally they're 5 to 12 people.
Okay.
So those ones are upstairs in our space, and so that it's limited by the amount of space that we have, basically.
Okay, cool. Just to get an idea, because I have some skills I could offer, so just to have an idea, like how many people we could teach the course to. And then also about the funding, like you mentioned that the person doing the ash ink and the horse chestnut thing, so they came with funding. Is it like the NSG grants from the city, or what are we
You know, I
about?
don't think it was one of those grants. I can't remember where he got his funding from now. I can ask him. It was something a little different. Um, yeah, I should know because we probably should let people know where the funding comes from. But it wasn't a neighborhood small grant. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but we have had people do that before, apply for
Mm-hmm.
a neighborhood small grant, and then yeah. So then there's a couple of things. We also rent space upstairs, so we have a sort of studio space, and people can rent from there, and it's $50 for a weekday, and is that right? Maybe it's 75 for a weekday and then 50 for a half a weekend day. So you can also, if you want to just offer something yourself, or you're running a group, or you want to gather people together, you can always rent that space and do your own thing. But if you were, for example, to apply for a neighborhood small grant, you could include the cost of the rental in that grant, even the cost of registration that you would do through us, and then we can kind of create a partnership around that. Um, so I know neighborhood small grants is a great way to get funding if there's something that you'd like to offer. Um, and we're really interested in working with people to kind of build that. We haven't done a lot with that, but I feel like Van City is probably a great place to get some funding. Yeah, there's a few places like that. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So yeah, definitely get in touch by email and let me know if you're interested in something.
Okay. Okay. Is your email on your website?
It is, and the beacon
Okay.
is, yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
at Surya at thelearnary.ca. So
Okay.
it's all on the website. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'll get in touch with you. Okay. Thank
Oh,
you so much for all the information. I appreciate it, and
great to hear.
I look forward to contributing to your wonderful project.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Mhm, mhm.
Good. Well, that's kind of it for me. I know it's a shorter presentation, but happy to receive any other questions. But thank you so much for joining me. It's really nice to meet you, and to
I
this
hope I can
organization.
contribute. Sorry to interrupt you, Syria.
No,
I have your phone number, and I don't know website or things like that. So I'm just new and everything. Can you would you give me your email or your website? Is it becuriouslearnery.ca?
yeah, be curious at with the at sign.
Oh,
So
like the symbol,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
at
At.
thelearner.ca.
So at and then just learnery.ca. If you
Yeah,
can just say in chat, there's no chat.
yeah,
So
that's a
just
good
be
plan.
curious at learnery.ca. Right. Okay. And then after this, and then hopefully I can find some more informations
Yeah,
just for that title. And then I have
yeah,
your phone number too, if right, get
mhm,
things moving
yeah.
going on. So okay.
So the best way to reach us is
Oh,
definitely,
there. Oh, shoot, now
yeah.
it's disappeared. So I guess you have to type it again. I don't know how to do chat. Like,
So
it
if you
just,
just click on the chat,
yeah, there's no chat. There's mute, stop video apps, more.
hmm,
Oh, I guess I'll go more. Oh, here it is. From Siri. Oh, well, now I have your phone number, but maybe you can give me your email address again.
it should be right there. I just typed it
Oh,
in.
okay, I can't see it. Okay, let me just see
Okay,
now.
I'll just do it again here.
Oh, shoot. Okay, oh, no, now I just clicked something. Now you're gone. Hello, can you hear me? Oh,
Yes, we can hear you.
but, let's see now. How can maybe I'll go back. Okay. Minus sign. Here we are. You have to type that again because everything disappeared when you say here it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, I have to, here, yeah, at the learnery dot c. Okay, good. Well, that was fast.
There you go.
Syria at thelearnery.ca. Good.
Yeah.
I have that and your phone number. So right.
Great. Okay.
And thank you so much for presenting this.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I just
Nice to
have to
meet
absorb
you.
this and figure out, how I can contribute or
Absolutely.
how I can make art or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And come by.
Right. Thanks.
Okay.
Now, are you in Vancouver?
Yes.
Are you near SkyTrain? I can't.
Unfortunately, we are not. We are very near a bus stop along
bus stop.
Hastings,
Okay.
but we are not near a SkyTrain at this point. Yeah,
Right.
we're close to the P&E, if you know that
Close to
area.
P&E. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Close to P&E. I have to call the bus
Right.
the transit to figure out how to
Yeah.
to P&E. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great to meet you all, and
Yeah.
hopefully I will see you at the shop.
Yeah.
If not me, then
Okay.
one of my colleagues for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
So much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thanks,
Okay.
Linda.
I have to leave soon to go to walk to a meeting.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
all
think
the best.
we'll end it here, and yeah, have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Surya. Bye.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Koshak.
Yeah, bye.
Oh yeah, Kozer, are you still
Yeah.
there? Oh yes, hi. I'm unable to come to the I think it's oh, it's my mind. It's the other workshop. Do you know the name of it? Are you able to would you be able
Which
to
day?
email me? Curitech, something. I can't remember.
Which day?
That was I think on Monday or last week, because I'm unable to.
No, Monday, every
yeah.
time it's something different.
Yeah. What was the name of it? Do you know? Do you have the list
Mm.
of right now? I can't